we gonna be on this roller coaster ride again?
Well, let's not get too excited. I mean, it's...
Oh, I'm not excited.
You're not excited?
I'm worried that this house is a little out of our budget, but it's good to look at it and just see.
Yeah, I think the first step is to see if we like it, and then if we do, then work out how we pay for it.
Chris and I, we're kind of looking for another house.
Seeing Matt get so far along on his dream house, reminds us that we're not in our dream house yet. So we're actively watching, and, it would be nice to find that home before we retire.
The house we live in is a good house. It's a good neighborhood, but, I'm used to having a little more space. An acre would be nice. I would eventually like, a home with, a master on the main and everything, and we'd love a 3-car garage. So we're about to go see a house that we thought may be interesting, and it's worth taking a look at.
Well, so the thing that intrigues me about that is, the master bedroom on the main level.
Well, yeah, definitely.
6-car garage and a shop. Oh, well, looks like it might have a view. We've got acreage, so it has space around it.
I didn't quite realize how big this house was.
It escaped you that it's 10,000 square feet?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I kind of missed that in the beginning. So it'll be interesting.
That's one of the first things I look at.
10,000 square foot home is big. I think the big house at the farm is about 5,000, a little over 5,000 square feet. And I thought the farmhouse was, plenty of space as well. So I think if it registered with me from the very beginning, I probably would have said, we probably don't need a 10,000 square foot home. I mean, what are we gonna do?
If it doesn't have any income possibilities, there's no way that we would need or even want a 10,000 square foot house.
The house is a little out of our price range, and it's bigger than we want. But the idea is that maybe be able to do special events like weddings. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
I'm looking at.
If we like it, if it's a maybe, I'm looking forward to talking to Matt tonight when we meet up to talk about the fundraiser and see what they think the possibilities are or income potential.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, that's why we're looking at it.
Do we want to work until we're 85?
I don't think that would be much work.
I think I'm a little bit more hopeful than Amy is about the one that we're taking a look at.
Living on property for a lot of my adult life, I've been through a lot of these, different scenarios and stuff like that. So I don't mind doing something or, having another business or, generating some income. I guess I just don't want to have to be dependent on it in order to live there in my later years.
Yeah, so far I like this area. Long driveway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty though. I mean, they put a lot of landscaping in here.
It has a lot of space around it, some acreage, not too big, 6.5 acres. That's about, that's great size. I knew it had a long driveway, but I had no idea that there was so much, almost exotic landscaping involved.
Boy, just the maintenance would require a lot of landscape maintenance.
Wow, this is a lot. We would need somebody. There's no way. I don't see just the two of us being able just to maintain the driveway.
Oh, there it is. It's nice.
That is nice. I like the entrance.
Yeah.
So this is basically 13 minutes from our house.
Yeah, that's not far.
Big entry.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, look at that view. On a clear day, we'd be looking at the Coast Range. Wow. I think it looks better than the pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably change out the brass.
Yeah, I would
do
too.
something there. The brass is outdated.
Yeah.
Man, I'm liking this space.
The house was built in the late 70s, so there's still some of that element there, but they've had some significant remodels over the years since then. Yeah.
So
Theoretically, we could move right in. So it shows really well right from the get-go.
Nice built-in, and this is big enough for our table.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
I think Chris and I, we're still learning about each other. This will be the first time that we're making some really major decisions together. So I think this is kind of fun. It's kind of exciting to, see, how we work together, and hopefully, I think we'll do well. But I also am a realist, and I'm sure there'll be a little, no.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, this is the
okay.
kitchen.
Now the important room. Now keep in mind, any kitchen that we look at, we're gonna have to redo the island.
I know, but look at how nice this island is.
Yeah, I like the cabinets too.
Okay.
My first impression was, wow, this is a pretty cool house.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
This is huge.
We'll get lost.
Wow.
Whoa, this master bedroom was huge. This is like a small apartment.
I think I'm a little overwhelmed.
I'm thinking, this is great. How can I capitalize on this space? What can I do with it?
Oh, yeah, they had this whole movie thing, right, Chris?
Oh my gosh. It's kind of insane.
I don't think it's insane. I think it's a dream house.
It seems like this would be a good venue for weddings. Not a lot of people around, the beautiful farmland. And if we're able to do enough events there that we could pay for someone else to maintain the property for us, then I see it as a real possibility.
All right. Let's go take a look. I want to look out back there and see if I
I don't
can
know what to think of this.
envision doing something out there.
I think we need to look at more homes.
I think Chris is getting excited over this because, he's had several of his own businesses. And even though he's working for a real estate company or whatever, you're kind of self-employed in a lot of ways. So this is just an extension of what he's done in the past, trying to, let's come up and see what another business can do. The potential to host weddings on this property is there. But if we have to host them, and we need to host so many of them in order to cover a lot more expenses than I would have anticipated in my later years, then that's where I hesitate, because I don't know if I have that kind of fight at this age.
Now, what is this?
Oh, I bet it was a nursery.
Greenhouse.
A greenhouse, yeah. We could build a pickleball court. This would be perfect.
We're looking at a 10,000 square foot home. People retiring are looking like to downsize.
Downsizing, I know. This would be upsizing like no one's business.
I've kind of had an entrepreneurial spirit forever. And even though, we're getting closer to retirement and I want to travel, you get these ideas and, you want to put into work or at least, see if it's feasible. It's one of the reasons that Matt and I click. We're both idea people, I think. But Amy picked up right away that the property's too much work for a couple that's trying to retire and live off of retirement funds. But so far, she's not telling me, no, you can't do it. So Amy will let me make my case.
Josiah's Jeep is remote control, which is way cool because he can be riding in it and I can control it. And so when he does get older and he's learning how to drive himself, you can take over.
That's how all of our kids learned how to drive.
Yeah, it's way cool. Dory, Dory.
Oh.
Yeah, hang on.
Lila, good job.
I'm gonna go get Jackson's.
Yeah, here.
Give that to Mom. Do not push any buttons.
Lila, don't run into him, okay? Jackson, can you throw this in the pool as you go up? I'm sorry. No, I know. Mom does it for 2 seconds. I'm sorry.
I'm very good at driving Josiah's Jeep. Tori is not.
Probably have the same depth perception issues that my daughter has. Uh-oh, here, brother.
Yeah, as the kids are getting older, our backyard is seeing a lot more action. We went from like playing, with a water table to like scooters to now we're on battery-powered Jeeps. And so I feel like the next thing is probably gonna be some sort of quad or gas-powered go-kart.
Jackson.
Jackson is so brave. He's the polar opposite of what I was as
He's
a child.
so reckless, though. Jackson, Kyle. Jackson, Kyle. Jackson, Kyle. I'm so stressed out right now. What's your favorite part about the Jeeps?
Crashing into bushes and stuff in the creek.
Lila, what's your favorite part of the Jeeps?
I think that
Lila
go
just likes,
around.
Lila just likes going on a
Yeah.
nice Sunday drive.
With your hat and your sunglasses?
Yeah, but I do it. A puppy would.
Jackson's blasting AC/DC when he's riding.
Lila! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was close. I need to put a railing on that for sure.
I can't watch. I honestly, sometimes with those sheeps, I can't watch. It was close.
This road's closed. You have to go backwards.
Lila, you have to watch where you're going, honey. You almost fell off the bridge.
It's way hard to watch your kids take risks, but then I also have that in my head.
That
Yes.
quote has literally like lived our life though, is,
You gotta let your kids do dangerous things carefully.
and I think that you do your kids a disservice when you don't let them explore. You have to let them explore and live their life.
Lila, that's not the road.
Lila, what happened? What happened?
This is how the farm was with quads, though. We would all be whipping around. We don't go to the farm at all as a family anymore, and Jackson loves our backyard, so I don't think he misses it, you know. We obviously want Grandpa to be in our kids' lives. Yeah, all the grandparents are always invited up here.
What did you think when your dad and Karen got engaged?
I didn't reply. I don't want to talk about it. There are a lot of bad feelings that I just don't want to talk about my dad's engagement. Tori, do you think Josiah's gonna be walking soon?
I think so. I don't know. The other day, if you would have asked me 2 days ago, I would have said no. But I don't know. I feel like all of a sudden he'll just wake up and like know how to do stuff. So I feel like maybe he will.
Josiah's hitting all his milestones. He's growing.
He's gonna walk any day now.
Teeth are walking in. Physically, he's great.
Teeth are walking in.
Or teeth are coming in. He wants to walk.
He can hear just fine.
Yeah. He's
Our
just hitting.
baby's growing up.
Yeah, he's hitting all his milestones. Did we have like a side first word moment?
Third kid, you don't even know what they said first.
I don't know. I
You
don't think
know
it's
what
first.
they said first. You don't know when, to who, about what. I feel bad for number 3. Like, I could tell you the hour that Jackson said something the day he walked.
Jackson's stuff happened 6 years ago. Josiah's stuff just happened. And we can't remember
We
it.
can't remember it. So I said, where are you going?
The kids are growing up fast, Tori.
They are.
My favorite personality trait of Lila right now is soccer sister.
I love it. She's so good at it, too.
Oh, yeah. She loves that.
She's so good at it.
I'll be pushed
Oh, yeah.
to the game, front and center, have my snacks
All my
served.
girlfriends can sit in here and eat with me.
Yeah, concessions all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally peer up and watch my brother run,
No,
and then we leave.
I don't think that's ever happened.
She's done that. I've seen her do it.
Occasionally, I think she's looked up to, like, see if the game's still going on.
Oh.
I don't know if she's watching
See if
Jackson.
she should order a second round.
Every weekend, somebody points out that you and him are short.
Yeah, it's so normal to me. That's the thing. Jackson's going through that time where kids are starting to point out that he's different. He's going to have to handle that. He came up to Tori in the last game. He's like, they keep pointing it out. It's tough because at this age, kids are curious. No one's being mean. It's a curiosity. You're like different. I've never seen anyone like you before, you know?
I feel like we're just trying to teach Jackson. It's just a fact. Like,
And
we're
you
not
can't,
going to lie to
but
you
we
and
can't
say, no,
make
you're
it
not.
we can't make a big deal because then if we give him a reaction, he's gonna be like, oh, and then tell us all the time. Yeah. But it's like we
Which I
gotta
think is
now
already kind
we
of what
gotta
he's
now
doing.
transition into like, okay, yeah, whatever, it is what it is. I think sometimes too many parents, specifically with dwarf kids, they'll search for something, you know, something that's not there yet, you know, because that makes them feel better, that justifies their thoughts, concerns. So I'm not apprehensive to having those conversations, but I'm not going to invite them without him inviting it first. Once it does come to him, I'll help guide him through that, but I don't want to emphasize anything that's not naturally emphasized.
Lila, what did I say if you were going to do that again?
No more
I
chalk.
said I would take it away. Do I need to take all of that chalk away? We don't break the chalk. She's me though. She is
I know.
me.
Lila's identical to you.
She is identical
Sassy
to me.
and
Hey, Mom.
emotional and personality.
I am not emotional.
Stubborn.
Hey, Mom.
I think that Lila and I are very similar in personality. I mean, I don't remember, but I've been told I was very dramatic in my upbringing and opinionated. Still am opinionated. It's just coming for Lila and I is a lot of bickering, arguing.
Yeah, you guys are gonna
differences.
bicker.
Yeah, it's us. It's not like her as a person. If she turns out like me, I wouldn't be like terribly disappointed, but.
Lila and me are gonna, I'm just gonna have to take her. Tori, you gotta let the kids do their thing though, too. Okay?
What does that mean?
I mean, like, they can sometimes dress themselves. They can sometimes,
I think I do that every day.
not every day. Jackson, does mom let you dress yourself?
That was fun taking the bike out to the farm for a minute. How about we do, you want to do a ride to the coast?
Yeah, I think the ride to the coast would be fun. Well, I think, with a lot of stuff going on, I think it's nice to, kind of do something different and go for a day trip motorcycle ride.
I mean, we did a short ride out to the farm. That was just a quick, hour ride, and it was a good way just to make sure the bike was running okay. So, want to do a little bit of a longer ride and do a trip towards the coast. There's a twisty, scenic highway that Amy hasn't been on yet. And along that highway is a fish hatchery that we can stop at and walk back to a creek and a waterfall. So it might be kind of a fun little day trip. So maybe this time we leave Daisy at home.
Poor girl.
And then you can ride with me because there's this little known highway. So we're here, so we'd be taking 26 up, and this Highway 53, almost everyone goes over and then takes 101 down. 'Cause
Sure.
This is real twisty. It's,
Okay.
It's a lot slower, it's twisty, but it's great for the motorcycle. And you see that fish symbol there?
Yes.
There's actually a fish hatchery
Oh,
there.
I see.
So it's kind of interesting. We can stop, see if they've got any fish in there, and then walk back to the stream. And then, so we could take a break there, get off the bike. It's about an hour, so that's usually when we take a break. And stretch our legs, walk back there, have a sandwich or something, and then we could continue on to the coast down here to Wheeler.
Well, this would be kind of neat because obviously I don't think I've ever been on it. Boy, what's this highway? Oh,
That's the one, the very first motorcycle ride I took you on. That's the way we went.
Really?
Yeah, we went up to Vernonia and around to Birkenfeld and had
Oh,
lunch.
yeah. I'm looking forward to doing some more riding and everything, and I just know hopefully I'll be a part. He leads the trip. He plans the trip, but I'm asking him, can I just be a part and maybe offer a suggestion or two? Okay, let's do this. I think that would be a good first, kind of second ride, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, altogether, we're only talking about 3 hours. It's a good start.
Yeah.
Kind of break in our riding muscles.
Oh, look at this. We're having a little veggie tray. How about some of these? They're really nice and thin, and they're just like good.
Whatever you want here.
Yeah, you want to have some asparagus?
No.
Come on. I feel like a kid going skiing. Like, help me. Can you just lift me up and just plop me on the bike? Yep.
Well, Amy and I are going to go on a ride. I think I remember a waterfall back behind the fish hatchery, and it's only about 40 minutes away from the house. I think. It's been a while. We're going to go check it out.
This is a place that Chris really wanted to show me, and, I didn't think I ever been there.
All right, I was ready for a break.
I'm stiff, babe. Oh. Boy, look at all this is what the Northwest Forest is all about, all the...
The moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty?
It's gorgeous. And look at how the water's all green.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. How are you? Boy, this is really nice.
Yeah.
One thing that I really like about Chris is he really likes new experiences and adventures, and it can be the simplest thing or it can be a really great, big, huge experience or adventure or something like that. I like that about him because I think it's kind of makes life a little interesting. He's good. He's good for me.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Are you impressed?
I am. This is what we did on Lake Michigan all the time.
Oh, did I tell you I went and saw Matt and Karen yesterday?
No. What for?
They were supposed to be setting trusses on Matt's house, but they got it delayed on the trusses, so they weren't there. But I got a chance to talk with Matt and Karen and congratulate them on their on the engagement and all that.
Chris is like that neutral party. He's not involved in anything, and so I'm not surprised that he happened to be there and you know, Matt and Karen shared, you know, that news or whatever with them. I'm all good with it.
Nice ring, big rock. Don't compare size, babe.
Matt doesn't do anything little.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful ring.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I kind of talked a little bit on, you know, how he proposed and where and all that. Kind of interesting to compare stories, you know.
How did he do it?
In Arizona at their home, you know, and yeah.
I was thrilled that, you know, Matt at least let us know and everything. But there's no reason. Why wouldn't I be happy that someone got married? I mean, you know, we're all moving on, and whatever way that, you know, we think best for ourselves and our families. And, you know, yeah, I'm happy for them.
Haven't set a date. They don't know when or where or how, but, you know, got lots of time to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, there's no hurry, really.
No, I don't think there is.
You know?
I didn't think he was going to propose this soon either, so who knows? They just might decide to go and elope one day.
You know, you keep them guessing. That's what Matt does. Keep them on the edge of their seat.
I like to keep you guessing.
Like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I told Matt that I wouldn't mind going to his bachelor party, though. Wedding, probably not, but the bachelor party would be
You're
fun.
just so funny.
But do you have a problem with me going to the bachelor party?
Well, it's just like, oh, if it's an adventure, if it's an experience, if it's a party,
That's right.
who cares? I'll be there.
It's all about new experiences, babe.
Oh, brothers. Like you haven't gone to a bachelor party before.
Well, again, it's a way of comparing. I'd like to compare his bachelor party.
Why?
Well, bachelor parties are always fun.
I mean, I didn't take it seriously, but Chris has this sarcastic humor. And so I'm thinking, he's not serious, is he?
I won't be flying to Arizona to go to a bachelor party, hon.
Oh, well, gee whiz, aren't I lucky?
But if it's local and I'm invited, you wouldn't hold it against me, would you?
I would encourage you probably not to go. I mean, why?
It's a party. Amy knows I like new experiences. Sometimes she rolls her eyes, but usually you let me go along with it, right?
Well, I don't know about that one.
No, I don't think I'd go to the wedding. I think out of respect to the kids and stuff, I think it'd be too weird and awkward for them.
That was exactly what I told Matt and Karen, too.
We did not invite Matt and Karen to our wedding, and I don't expect to go. This is something, you know, just for them, and if the kids go, and that's fine too.
I mean, the main reason that we didn't invite Matt and Karen to our wedding is we thought it would be awkward for the kids. So, you know, I'm kind of expecting the same thing with Matt and Karen's wedding. It would probably be kind of weird for us to be there.
But I know one thing I won't be doing is spying.
Now, see, if he set up a camera, I would watch.
Well, Ty and Shelly should be here in a minute. Cheers.
Yeah.
It's polite to take a drink after you toast.
Oh, sorry.
Try again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Karen and I will be meeting our friends Ty and Shelly for dinner. We have some really exciting news to share with them.
Can you please share your big news with us?
I asked Karen to marry me, and she said yes.
You said to me, I've thought about this a lot for a long time, and I want to grow old with you. That's what you said. And then I started to cry.
Yeah. thought about this a lot. That's exactly.
I had no idea. Come to find out, he's got, my parents on the hook and my friends on the hook. And
it was a tight circle that knew about
right.
it.
It was my closest people, but nobody gave me any hints at all.
Congratulations, folks! Congratulations! Hey, Matt! Congratulations!
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I thought you were going to say it's about
Just a couple weeks ago
It is
at our
about
guys'
time.
night, he was all nervous.
We're in our backyard in Arizona, like our favorite spot. The sun had set, so the ambiance was just really cozy vibes and nice. And
I went into the room and fished the ring out of my bag and put it in my pocket. And then I just said, you know what, I should just go for it. And I pulled the box out at the exact time that I said, will you marry me? And she looked at the box, looked at me, and then she had that feeling like, what's this? But she opened the box. She's smart. She knew that was the. I know there's good things in this box.
of course, after he asked, I was so shocked. And then we took a minute. We just sat for a few minutes and just chatted. And I was very excited and I cried. And he's like, don't you want to go in the light and look at it? And I'm like, no, I just want to sit here for a minute and absorb this moment because it just felt right. It felt natural. It felt like it was always meant to be.
All right, let me see. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Thank you.
You've done good, man.
You did good.
You did good.
It's about time. I had been looking around for rings. I saw the right diamond at the right time, and I ordered the ring. It arrived about a week before I went to Arizona, but I thought it still doesn't mean we're going to get married. Then I put it in my little bag when we went down to Arizona. Then I got kind of nervous about, I wonder if she's going to actually like this thing, or I'm glad she said yes.
So where'd you do it at?
Okay.
Arizona.
Arizona?
He was acting really weird all day.
Yeah.
First he said, if I ever ask you to marry me, do I have to get down on one knee? And I said, no, of course not. That's hard for you. And then he's like, well, then in that case. and then he was very sweet and he said, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to grow old with you. And then all I had seen at that point was the box. So I was kind of like,
yeah, standard stuff.
Did you cry?
He did not cry.
You did not cry?
I cried of just complete and total surprise. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, who are we gonna tell? And he's like, oh, wait, whoa, hey, I'm just coming down off of this asking you.
we gotta tell
Slow
people?
down.
We don't have to tell people.
He's like, I'm just relieved that this is over. I've been working on this for a long time. So he just wanted to put on some music and have a drink and relax. And I'm like, I was all charged.
I thought you were just going to give her a ring and say, hey, we're friends forever.
Friends
my
forever.
BFF.
Friends forever, yeah.
Friends forever.
Yeah. That's what I
That
thought.
was the plan.
You got emotional.
I got emotional. I got caught up in the moment.
Do you want to rescind?
No. I got
Too
a clear.
late.
I got a very clear
I think
yes
it's been
out of her.
used now. You can't send it back.
We talked about a promise ring or something years ago. A lot of people, when you get divorced, after being with somebody, I was with Amy for 30 years or close to it, you kind of say, I don't ever want to go through that again. Marriage is tough and it's hard. And so Karen and I were thinking that we had such a good thing going, why would we want to ruin it? A commitment ring sounds kind of cool, kind of like a good idea, like, hey, I'm committed and here's something to prove it. And whatever ceremony or paperwork we had was a different issue. I wanted her to have a ring.
So we don't have any big plans.
No big wedding.
No big wedding.
No, not
We might
Cabo.
elope in Cabo.
I would go to Cabo and just get married on the beach.
That's kind of, yeah. We might do
Cabo.
something in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Second marriage, we have both been married previously, and we are thinking very intimate, very small. We haven't ruled anybody in or anybody out. Maybe we'll just do it, the two of us. But we haven't really nailed anything down yet. I may or may not have browsed wedding dresses just for fun.
Wow, this is moving fast.
Did you talk this over with Chris?
No, he was taken aback, but I did let him know. I didn't want Amy to hear it from the kids, you know. Oh, right. She texted right back and said, congratulations, something very sincere and pleasant.
So did you tell all your kids?
Yep, let all the kids know. You know, I made sure I texted all the kids, and everybody seemed excited. I don't think I heard anything from Zach, you know, which doesn't surprise me. They're raising 3 kids, and he's kind of in his own life up there in Battleground. I didn't take it personally, no. One thing you know about me is I have very thick skin.
Toast.
Yay!
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I would love to wrap these, so I counted these corners here because I think it looks really good to have those jams wrapped in stone. So the new house is now flying. Today is the day that the trusses arrive. A truss holds up the roof. It's your rafters of your house.
Hey, guys.
All right. Hey.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Chris. You know, Jam.
Hey, Chris. Sorry to scoot. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Well, Amy's out running around on an errand, and I got a quick note from Matt that the trusses were coming for the house, so I'm running over real quick to take a look. I asked him to let me know because, you know, kind of one of those fun projects to watch. Plus, Matt and Karen just got engaged just a couple days ago. This will be my chance to congratulate him in person.
I know, first thing, you know, oh, that's beautiful.
Chris said, you know, he said, tell me the story, you know. I hardly ever feel awkward talking to Chris about pretty much anything. Maybe he felt awkward. I don't know. Have to ask him.
I was quite surprised.
I'm a little miffed that it's so much bigger than the one I gave Amy.
Oh.
It's at least twice the size as the one that I gave to Amy. You know, it kind of made me feel a little bit bad. But fortunately for me, Amy already told me ahead of time that she didn't want a big gaudy ring.
Amy and Chris are stopping by the farm to discuss this idea about doing a potential charity event and to kind of brainstorm what that would look like.
I thought the idea that Amy came up with for the Dwarf Athletic Association of America, when she mentioned it to Matt, we were like, why wouldn't we? That's just such a great concept.
Yeah, like little Jackson is starting to take advantage of the organization, and I presume Lila will get involved, and then Josiah. So it's important to keep the organization healthy, and if we can help out in some small way, then great.
So I'm battling a cold, and I understand that, you know, vitamin C is good for you. So I stopped and got some lemon poppy seed donuts. So it should be good for me, right?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll grab one.
Oh, my goodness, that looks so good.
Thank you, Chris. Anywho, charity event.
Yeah.
We got a date blocked out.
Well, from what you told me, there's no other dates available.
They were very sparse, yes. There was a lot of fairly like 7-day stays that were back to back.
Well, is there any way that you can check these dates?
The one thing I want to, you know, make sure happens at this meeting, we need a date because you have to let people know. Matt has got a number of people, I guess, running out the farmhouse, but I've got to nail down a date and it's got to happen now.
If we can push it to June, the weather be better.
June 24th.
Yeah, that could totally work.
June 24th. We're setting a date today.
June 24th, okay.
Amy, she can cross that line from micromanager to dictator quicker than me, you know, she can go right there and you just fasten your seatbelt, you know, she can boss people around with the best of them.
What are your thoughts about doing it in the wedding area, using the wedding barn and then that grassy area there? It's got an amazing
I like
view
that plan.
right there.
There's no heat, but I like it. Would you get a tent?
I'm not doing a tent.
Okay.
That's way too much money.
Yeah.
Planning for anything, you know, who's going to take ownership? Who's going to lead this? I've been there, done that. You can't have too many leaders and too many bosses, so.
Well, not only that, out of the four of us, Amy has the most experience. So I think it'd be better for Matt and I to kind of do the peripheral stuff.
We need to look at the wedding barn because all of the store stuff is all stuffed in the big round middle of it. Maybe we could just push it to the back.
So I want to get nailed that down today. So we'll take a ride over there and get that figured out.
Okay. There's a number of ideas being kicked around. And, you know, Amy's made it very clear that she's in charge.
Fine by us.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
we're
their
like,
idea,
fine.
and we want them to roll with it, and we'll be the support, the co-pilots.
Yeah, I'm like, Amy, if you're lucky, I'll let you plan my fundraiser.
Oh, you too. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So would it be safe to say we're gonna kind of hover around a total of 60 people?
That's my expectation, that's my anticipation.
We're just in the beginning of the stage of planning, but part of a fundraising event is that, there's a fee, and that will go towards DAAA. So besides dinner, we'll have some silent auction items. We'll have some activities there. And then, after all of it, then we'll have entertainment.
You mentioned you were thinking like 4 to 7?
Yeah, like 4 to 7. I mean, what do you think?
That seems kind of quick if we're going to be adding, a bunch of activities and stuff. I mean, we need to give people a reason to come here, other than just to sit down and eat lunch and go.
Why don't we do maybe like 4 to 7, and then if people want to stay till 8 or 9, and we have our
4 to
after
7
party.
is too soon. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's a good idea. And then we can always have music from like 7 to 9.
Yeah.
What?
Just nothing. Just like, okay, let's just do it.
During the meeting, I could tell there was a point where it seemed like you and Amy were getting a little agitated with each other, and I'm not ever getting in the middle of that.
I don't want to get into having to get lights for the parking lot, so it'd be better if it wrapped before dark.
That's
7
the
to 9,
longest-
she just said.
That is the longest day. So if it happens to
How
be...
painful.
What do you envision the event the day of? What do you envision it looks like?
Complete disaster.
No, I mean, any event is a little bit stressful, and you put a stressed out Amy and a stressed out Matt anywhere in the same,
In the same
1 mile
box.
radius, and it seems like there's a combustion of smoke that just starts.
Can we also emphasize that this is a fundraiser, and we're going to encourage everyone?
Oh,
Because
no,
I'll probably...
No fun.
Well,
We can't talk with these two.
No, you can.
It's a little easier to goof off when you're not the one in charge. And so since Amy's taken that role, then yeah, it's a little easier to have fun.
I think every 30 minutes we have a cowbell, and we pass the cowboy hat, and everybody can throw,
Everybody will know when
something
the cowbell goes off, turn around and run with your wallet. I don't have any apprehension with working with Amy. I just know I can go to Chris and solve it, figure it out. So with Chris being the safety net there, I'm pretty sure we can stay out of any conflict.
Okay, so should we head over to the wedding barn?
Okay, you guys want to ride with us?
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
meal out there. We'll go over there.
I'm sure it's a little uncomfortable for Matt to, be in a room planning an event with his ex. I'm sure there's elements that we push each other's buttons, but if I didn't think by the end of the day that I could work with Matt on this fundraising project, I wouldn't have approached it. But no, it definitely occurs to me, like, I did have a choice in this. And here I go.
Just for the record, I loved the idea of the party being out here.
Okay, that is not the indication you gave multiple times.
Gentles.
Are you okay?
Crazy wind. Are you excited to be back?
I'm so excited to be back. I missed my family. I went on a girls' trip. It was so nice to just spend time with my friends, and when I got home, Zach and the kids were outside waiting for me. I was so excited to see my kids again.
Look at Mama. Hi.
I missed you so
see Mama?
much. How are you? Oh, I miss you so much. How are you?
How are you?
Good. I miss my family.
What was the hardest part about being away?
Not a lot was difficult for me. It was fairly easy.
Did you feel refreshed though?
Oh yeah. When you become a mom and you're breastfeeding and you are pregnant, like you're constantly attached to someone else. Like someone's needing something from you. And so I think that was the best part of it.
Recently I had surgery to replace a broken shunt. And I am still in recovery, but I'm pretty much back to 100%. It's been over a month and I haven't had a migraine.
Hallelujah. And so now that Zach is feeling better, doing better, I'm going on a 3-night trip to California with 2 of my girlfriends.
Tori did a lot while I was in surgery and recovering, so she definitely deserves this.
Zach is a great dad, you know, but I think that when you're like alone on your own with 3 kids is exhausting. I've done it a couple times and it's hard for sure. You're all on your own with 3 kids, like no breaks. Cleaning any chance you get would be greatly appreciated. Jackson's so good at mopping the floors. I have 0 expectations. My clean is not the same as Zach's clean.
We grew up in a very fun house. She doesn't even know what a messy house is.
Is our house not fun?
There are times when I feel like we can't live in our house.
Daggers everywhere.
Because she'll clean it and then we just can't use it. And then I go in the kitchen to make a sandwich and she's like, you're gonna mess up I just cleaned the kitchen. I'm like, it's a kitchen. So I'm like doing an art project in here. Like I'm using the kitchen how it's supposed to be used.
Oh, also, NOTES. They're up.
Okay.
I pre-wrote Jackson some notes to put into his lunchbox, and Zach is going to put them in his lunchbox for school.
Good to know.
Wait, how many days am I gone? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tori writes notes for Jackson in his lunch pail every day. And one time, Tori, I don't know what you were doing.
I stopped because he never brought it up. He never said anything about it. So I thought, oh, he's indifferent. He doesn't care about it.
And then I was making his lunch that day, and he's over there writing himself his own note. And then he puts
what did he write on it?
He wrote I love you, Jackson. Like he wrote it like it was from mom and puts it in his lunch pail, okay? And so I asked him, what are you doing? He goes, all the kids have notes. And so he wants to read the note with everyone. And so we have continued to do that. I've been alone with the kids for 24 hours, 48 hours.
3 kids?
All 3 kids, yeah, how long?
I don't think you've been alone with the 3 kids.
Are you ready for this?
I've never watched all the kids overnight like this, but there's no nervousness.
It's not gonna be hard. It's gonna be super easy.
No, it's
Tori doesn't know anything. Are you gonna miss me?
Yes.
I'm gonna miss you. Jay, you gotta keep this house running while I'm gone, okay?
Okay.
Make sure Dad does what he's supposed to do. And remember,
no
Mom
TV right now.
Loves you.
Tori left yesterday morning, and first day, night went good. But yeah, just taking care of the kids is like you're first up, last to bed. You're always on. This morning we have a tight schedule. Jackson needs to be at school by 8. And we need to be out the door in 45 minutes or we're gonna be late. And I still have a lot to do. I gotta feed the kids, pack Jackson's lunch, get them dressed. I gotta do Jackson's hair because it's picture day, get them all in the car, but we'll make it. I've always kind of made a big batch of scrambled eggs. Eggs kind of take a while, and if I'm gonna make eggs, might as well just pile them all in there. Tori writes little notes for Jackson every morning. She pre-wrote some notes to put the lunch thing. I need to remember to do that. The notes are like super important to her, so I gotta remember today. Or in my mind, he'll go about his day. In Tori's mind, in Mom's mind, he'll be devastated. Worst day ever. All the other kids will think Jackson is the worst mom, and blah, blah, blah. Hey, dude. You want me to make you a burrito? Does that sound good? Okay. After Jackson's done with school, we're gonna pick him up and we're all gonna go shopping for a couch for the new shop. It'll go good. Like, I'm a quick shopper, so I think it'll be good with the kids. Oh, hi. You're a mood. Are you okay? Do you want a yogurt? Yeah. Do you have poo-poos? Okay, hey, have a yogurt and then we'll take your diaper off, okay? Let me get Jackson set up, okay? They're up. Hey! Lila.
For Jackson's lunch today, tell me about the note.
Oh my gosh. I forgot the note. I forgot it. You'll get a note tomorrow. I want to get a couch upstairs in the shop. I think I have to do it before we get our doors in because it's not gonna fit. So I think anything.
Dad, I can
Okay.
make it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Dad.
Yeah.
But don't push him. Dad,
What?
let's try to push.
That's okay.
But, and then she's gonna crash into stuff.
Jackson and Lila love each other, but they definitely are getting to that age where they're trying to push each other's buttons. Anytime we go anywhere, sometimes like, say I did want to stop and look at a tag for a second, it's like, guys, just chill for a second, you know? They just know too, Dad's paying attention to something other than us, therefore, cause chaos. Hey, look at me. Chill. Stop. Look at me. Chill.
So pretty glass.
Oh, wait, hey, oh. What? Why would we do that? Wait, Lila, this way. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, can you go put those back?
Look at this.
No, hey, go put that back, okay?
You're moving me.
No, Lila's moving you.
Like, can you stop pushing those buttons? No.
Lila, Jackson. Tori's very good at disciplining the kids in public. I just don't like it, but she not afraid of that. And then the kids know, like, we can't do this in public. Mom doesn't care if we have the whole world looking at us. Hey, Lila. Hey.
Yay, hi.
All right, let's call you back. Lila. Hey. Guys. Okay, come on, let's go. Hi.
I missed you so
see Mama?
much. How are you? Oh, I miss you so much. How are you?
How are you?
Good. I miss my family.
Zach did a great job while I was gone.
Everyone's still breathing. Dad's still breathing. They're still
House was
breathing.
very
And
clean.
Yeah, house was fantastic. I'm probably gonna do it more because you're so good at it. So now I'm like, can't wait for the next trip.
I forgot
Where are you going?
to put the notes in the lunchbox.
You forgot.
I forgot. I thought about
Babe,
it every
how
morning.
excited would he have been if he
Sorry,
read that,
I know.
Zach?
It's a bummer I forgot. The mornings did get hectic, okay?
Yeah.
And I forgot the notes in the lunch pail during that time.
So being the relatively new married, how's that changed your life?
Well, it's, I'm a bachelor all my life, and,
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
What is the hardest part?
it was hard sharing and cleaning up after somebody else and closing doors and drawers. It's, that took a lot of adjusting. You know, I'm just,
Put the toilet seat down.
You're not trying to convince me that Amy doesn't close doors behind her.
She's always been like that?
That drives me a little nutty too when people don't do that. When Chris is sitting there in the cabin, you would never know that, me and Bill and Ty go back quite a few years, and that Chris is just, recently, but you'd never know that. We visited as if we'd all been fishing buddies for 30 years. Carrie and I were trying to figure out, we got the whole don't fix what's not broke. We got that whole thing going, it's working so well. I think we're afraid that, it's not that we have anything against the institution of marriage. We both been married, but do we need to do that exactly?
I was concerned about that too. At 59, it's not like I felt like I had to get married, but I've heard so many stories from other couples that were together for a long time, and as soon as they got married, the relationship changed.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned.
They're allergic to the metal.
Talk to us about
They're allergic
that.
to the
This is
jewelry.
what I need to know in real life. Tell me about that. So did you feel that kind of shift? Or?
Well,
Not yet.
fortunately, that didn't happen. But no, I was concerned about that, but fortunately, it didn't change. I don't feel like, if anything, it became easier.
I don't know. We're not taking anything off the table. We always, when we talk about it, we always say we'll talk about it again in a couple weeks or months or whatever. But the house right now a lot of it was pushed off because of that. So that does it's a game changer.
You're scared. petrified. You are.
Really?
You are.
Petrified.
Really?
You are.
Yeah.
You are. I feel it. You're scared.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Shaking in your boots. You don't like that commitment.
No, it's not that
No.
commitment. No.
No, it's just I understand.
I don't ever see myself with anybody other than Karen. I think she feels the same way. One of the things that's very good about Karen and I's relationship is we're able to give each other space. We enjoy sort of our mixture of independence. We've tested our waters by having our place together in Arizona and being able to go down there. We did talk about once the house is real, we would revisit it. So we're starting that process of like, hey, does this change anything? We're both kind of, no, not necessarily, other than you might sell your house and move in, you know. So, but you know, we very much respect and appreciate the concept of marriage and the principles behind it, and we're weighing all of our options. No matter what I do, one thing I can promise, you guys will be the last to know.
Salute.
If you guys want to walk up to this table, I'll go back to the car and get our lunch.
Oh, good. I get to watch her. You do all the work?
Yeah.
We're kind of in our early spring and want to take advantage of nice weather, so we wanted to have a different kind of scenery, taking Daisy for a walk.
We have spring fever. We want to get out in the sunshine and open air.
All right, to our first picnic.
I know. Isn't that great?
First picnic of the year.
It's so funny. I'm getting so many people commenting on yours and Matt's bromance. Lisa's like, what in the world is that all about? And I said, yeah, I know.
You're getting okay with it, though, right?
As long as it doesn't get too crazy. People think you guys would talk about me. I don't think so.
I'm glad that Amy is getting more comfortable with, you know, Matt and I, you know.
I swallow it.
Okay. I'm glad Amy could choke it down then. When Matt and I get together, she knows it's safe. We're not talking about Amy. No one's throwing her under the bus.
Don't be comparing notes, man.
Yeah.
You know, occasionally, I mean, some relationship comes up.
Oh, like what?
I might make a comment about, you know, you and I do this, or this is an issue, and he might say something about he and Karen, but we don't compare notes about you.
What's the issue?
Oh, no issue. I'm in heaven.
So the topic of Amy did not come up, except for once.
Really? What did you say, babe? What did you say about me?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Tell me the truth.
Yeah, apparently, you know, Matt and I both think that it's kind of, I don't know, maybe a little irritating that you're always leaving doors and drawers open for no reason. You grab something and then you just walk away and leave the door open.
Well, I leave it open because I have to go back and shut it when I return the item there.
It could be weeks before you go back. In the meantime, I'm tripping over an open door.
You know what? Those incidences rarely happen, and when they do, I think they're blown out of.
Oh my God!
Blown out of proportion.
Rarely. Oh.
I think I know when I see it most of the time. Well, we'll see how this fundraiser goes. Are you into helping or being with me on it?
I mean, I've been trying. What more would you like me to do?
Well, once I get a date, maybe think about a few people that maybe would be interested in coming.
Amy and I are talking about doing a charity event. Amy has in the past, and now I'm finally at that point in life where I want to start doing some more charitable work and giving back. And so far, it's been kind of fun.
And then the things that I was thinking about raising money for, I think it's just easier to do it for organizations I'm familiar with. And that is DAAA.
What does the DAAA stand for?
Dwarf Athletic Association of America. So the charity we're supporting is DAAA.
There you go. Who's picking it up?
It formed back in 1985 to give the opportunity for dwarfs to really compete in sports. We have national games, we compete, we have medals. There's a international dwarf games. It's a wonderful organization. And now that I have grandchildren, it's an organization I'll be with, you know, forever. Can you handle me being in charge?
I don't mind you being in charge, but I don't want to be a mute gopher for you. You just want mouth shut and just do whatever you point and tell me to do.
This will be our first time collaborating on anything like this, so if I'm going to be a part of this event, I actually want to be a part of the meetings too. Obviously, you can really, only have one chief when it comes to planning any kind of special event. I just want to be able to, throw some of my own creative ideas and input into it and be proactive rather than just being reactive to whatever the boss says.
I gotta pick a date. I thought Matt only had one date available, which I still think he does. Or he has another date, I don't know, I gotta see. Matt offered the farm up to, host this, so, that was check mark, a done deal.
Go. We're building a shop right now. Downstairs is gonna be for the tractors and all the tools, and create a more of an official workspace. Oh my goodness.
Upstairs.
Yeah. Jackson, look at this. Shop's where Dad is gonna spend a lot of time. It'll be Dad's space, not Mom's. Growing up, I didn't spend a lot of time tinkering at the farm. Spent a lot of time walking around the farm, but I never got into like the tinkering, fixing things. But now I'll be able to have my own space and maybe get into that more. So this is gonna be a wall. There's gonna be a wall right here. Hang on, let me see what Lila's doing. What are you doing? Get unstuck. Pull. Can you back up? No. Gosh. This is why we walk around the mud, okay? What?
How'd you get up there?
The next steps for it is just finishing that framing and then getting the plywood on the roof, building out the dormer windows.
I've never seen a structure be built from foundation to roof.
No, yeah, big learning experience.
So it's been kind of fun to learn. I say instead of, because we talked about doing one of those porcelain sinks that doesn't have any storage, I say we get a short sink in here and it's cabinet built in. So you have storage underneath.
I think that ship has sailed.
No, it hasn't. I'm the one that's in charge of that.
The light switches and the windows are low, and the bathroom sink is gonna be super low. And all the light switches are like 24 inches high.
So our kids can sit there and turn them on and off?
Yeah, so our kids can sit there and turn them on and off.
Okay, who's gonna win?
Me.
It's been a month since my surgery, and the whole family's gonna go bowling. Feels good. It feels, I'm still not out of the woods, but it feels good to be out of that, time.
Why don't you put your shoes on? We're not just gonna pull our pants down right here. Thanks, though. The actual reason why we went bowling was because a couple weeks ago, one Saturday, we were sitting around just bored, and Dad's like, hey, who wants to go bowling?
Oh, yeah.
And all of us were like, yeah, let's go bowling. And we're packing up. We're literally getting in the car. And Jackson goes, guys, Dad can't lift more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And a bowling ball is more than 10 pounds. Yeah. And Zach and I looked at each other.
So we didn't go bowling.
Our 5-year-old is being more responsible than we are at this point. So we didn't go bowling.
And food will come too, okay?
Don't you get ready for my turn?
Wait. We like bowling. We've done it easy with the kids.
Oh, Daddy-o.
There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Honestly, it's easy because we just get out of the house for a couple of hours. It's nice to just get out, let them get some energy out.
It's fun watching Jackson do new things.
Lila,
watch fingers.
Do a little bigger push. No. Wow, straight.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Ooh. It's so cute. Jackson helps Lila with her ball. Lila does not care as long as there's snacks. She's like, sure, I'll go along with it.
Go.
Wow, look at it, Lila. You gotta watch it.
Uh-oh.
Wow, Lila.
Hey, Lila. Once you go bowling, you don't get any stripes.
Well, nobody got any stripes because we're not tigers.
Strikes.
Stripes.
There.
Strikes.
Oh. Ooh. Oh.
I needed to hit 2 more down.
How big was your bowling ball? No, or like how heavy? Sorry, what was the number that was on it?
6 pounds.
6 pounds.
Tori, you're losing the whole game, and now you're gonna win it.
I'm gonna blow it right here. Watch
You just have to hit one pin, and you're gonna win.
Oh, wait, really?
Oh
Strike.
my gosh.
Boom! Finally!
That's annoying.
I win.
When it comes to what I just went through with hydrocephalus and shunt malfunction and all that, I feel like our kids are old enough now that they might be out of that.
Hopefully.
It's a very common thing at a young baby age, but you can get a shunt at any time. You can get a need for a shunt at any time, but you can get cancer. There's a lot of different things that can happen. 3 dwarf kids are doing pretty good.
We're blessed, that's for sure.
They still got a lot of life to live, though.
They have a lot of time to break down like Dad.
Yeah. I would go through 20 surgeries, millions of surgeries before I want my kids to go through a surgery. But all these issues are still here, and the other shoe can drop at any time. I don't think that's in Tori's mindset to wait for the other shoe to drop. I don't think that's her personality. It's probably more mine, if anything, with the kids. Like, when's one of our kids gonna have an issue? But we'll take it one step at one day at a time.
Gonna break the floor. Should we try his walker, or is he going to bed?
Yes. We got a walker.
Do you have to put it together?
Yeah,
though?
we've been waiting for this day. I forgot all about it. I needed to get a walker for Josiah because multiple times with our kids, I feel like, hit a milestone that we're not.
Overnight, like they just wake up.
Yeah, and we're not prepared for it. And then we feel like we're 3 weeks behind. Right, Lila, here. Put it on the ground nicely. Put this one on the ground nicely. We're gonna put the walker together, and we're gonna start him now, because I think he's ready. He wants to, at least.
Ooh, Daddy, let him at it.
Why won't this roll, though?
It doesn't roll. Well, maybe stop for a second and let him just
function.
Don't let him fall, though. Don't let him fall, Zach. Zach, don't. It's gonna move.
I know it's gonna move. Look at him, see?
Go,
what a walker! Oh, yes, there we go!
Wait, that's actually so good.
I think Josiah is very strong, our strongest baby by far.
Oh, he's like, look at me, Lila.
Hey.
No, don't. You have to let him do
he has
it.
to go on his own.
He has to learn how to do it.
He has to go on his own.
I don't know that he's our strongest. I've gone back and forth on this. I just think he's our most determined. He's our least sit still baby. Okay, go. Here you go.
He jumped right in there. He's a busybody.
He doesn't sit still. Josiah is, he's not a snuggler. He's ready to rumble. Whoa, you can't just let go, bro.
Oh, he's like, I want to keep moving.
Look at that, though. What?
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah. After a long wait, I finally started building my final home. When I moved into the DW on the south side of the farm, geez, almost 10 years ago, I never in my wildest dreams expected to be there that long. I mean, it's definitely not been the ideal living situation. So it's very exciting that I'm finally able to get going on building something that's, going to be completely accessible for me. Every day something new is happening and being added, so I can't wait to show Karen the progress.
You weren't kidding. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening all right.
Oh my gosh. We're living together full time. So having a place that we will live together here and then also live together in Arizona, that's big.
Yeah. I love the shape of it.
I do too. It's still hard to visualize it. I mean, you could probably walk through and know where the rooms are.
But the biggest thing we're doing with this plan and the reason a lot of this is so elaborate is because there's going to be 0 steps.
Right. Building your own home for your comfort and your retirement, it's going to offer him a very comfortable landing spot as he ages.
We don't plan to change our formula of going down to Arizona and back and forth. We just think when we come back, we're gonna have a much more comfortable place.
You've had this in your mind for so long. I mean, aren't you just like so excited
yeah,
now?
I'm very,
so happy for you.
Yeah, well, good. Thank you. I'm happy for us. We're definitely thinking of the new house as being a fun place all the way around, whether it be our friends or the grandkids or her kids or my kids. I mean, we're definitely looking at it as being a fun place to hang out. I haven't seen Zach and Tori down here in quite a few months, but I am not in a space where I hang my happiness on what the kids accept or don't accept about what we're doing here. I do hang my hat on the fact that all the kids have gone off and got their own lives going. That's the independence that I'm very happy about. They may all wish things happened a different way, but deep down in my soul, I feel very good about the way things are. And
you know, whatever happens, the farm is beautiful. The farm deserves a home like this for you. We're happy, we're plowing forward. We're gonna make this house amazing for Matt. And what's that saying? If you build it, they will come. And whoever comes, we're gonna welcome everyone with open arms. And whoever doesn't wanna come, that's okay too.
What did that guy say about building houses causes divorces, or what was that conversation?
We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it.
We're not married.
Let's make a commitment we don't get married until after the house is finished, so we don't have to go through it.
The truth is, we've talked about it a lot. We may get married, we may not. We're gonna wait and see. I mean, tomorrow I could wake up and he could propose and I'd say yes. Or we could go the next 10 years and never get married. We don't know. It's a surprise.
And you know what the biggest thing about this is? For the next 8 months, as long as it's gonna take, it's gonna keep me out of your hair.
I like you in my hair.
I'm very, very happy because it feels like a sense of settle, like I'm on a beautiful piece of property with a beautiful home and with a beautiful woman, and I'm settled.
I think the house represents for me watching Matt be able to enjoy all of the years that he worked so hard on the farm and really put his heart, sweat, tears, and soul into this farm. I want to watch him pour the concrete because that's kind of...
Oh, yeah, that's on that.
Oh, can we put our initials in the concrete? Now he's finally able, as he stares down the barrel of retirement, having his kind of last build on the farm where he will reside and watch over the grandchildren and then hopefully keep that in the family to pass on. Well, you did it. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
You pulled it off, Matt Roloff.
Oh, you've got forms up. I'll be damned.
That's the big development.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a one level, right?
Yeah, it's a single level.
And what's the total square footage again?
It's 39.
39.
Right around in there.
Wow.
I understand there's been some progress on Matt's new house, and I'm enjoying watching the different stages and what's happening, and so I'm going to go see what's new.
If it wasn't so soggy, I'd drive you around down there. You know, what I enjoy about Chris is he has a genuine interest in a lot of the things I have an interest in. Chili, huh? Well, whether it be the building process, tractors or new equipment. So it's fun to be able to bounce things off of Chris.
Well, I'm impressed that you got that far in the house. So when are they supposed to pour?
The first.
Oh, okay.
So what is that, next week? Something like that.
Any guess or idea when it'll be completed?
I'm gonna try to be in by Christmas.
Now, this being your dream home, are you doing anything special or unique that's out of the ordinary?
Well, the biggest thing is no steps. I can use my little scooter, roll in, no thresholds, no steps, and then of course lower counters, but you know, similar to what we did over there at the big house, you know, some low and some not. These are the things you don't think of. It's like the closet is way oversized.
Yeah.
Because I can't do anything up above. So I
so
wanted,
you need all those round.
so it's got
I get that.
I mean, there's some
Right.
automatic stuff that you can hit a button and bring it down to, but I didn't want any of that gadgetry. So
Well, I'm looking forward to watching the progress. You don't mind if I come over every once in a while and check
in
on
fact,
things?
I tell you, when we get ready to pour the concrete, that's kind of a big, exciting day.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
So
Yeah.
come on over. I'll
Because you're
let you know
committed.
when.
Once that concrete goes in, you're committed.
Oh, yeah, you're done. Once you put the concrete down, there's no going back. I mean, you can make a change, but it would be a really big, costly expense. Trying to keep this house on a very strict budget, so changes are bad, because they typically, are very expensive.
I don't know where that dog is. The mud like this is why I'd put her on a leash.
Well, we don't bring her out here very often. It's kind of nice to let her stretch her legs and run, because she likes to run when she gets the space to do that.
I'm glad that Matt occasionally, is okay with having Chris and I take Daisy for a walk around the farm.
No, I'm glad we have a place that we can go and she doesn't have to be on a leash.
Good girl. But it's kind of cold out here, so we couldn't really do a full walk. So Matt wanted us to check out the changes that he's made to the garage.
I love doing things myself, and I always have fun going over and looking and see what the latest project is, what he's working on next.
I don't need to be invested in every, project that Matt does on the farm. My time for that has come and gone.
Where does it hurt the worst?
Head.
Where on your head?
Headache.
Do you feel it in your neck at all?
Yeah.
Do you feel nauseous? Love you. The last 10 years, Zach has had really bad migraines almost once a month, and they've never been able to really pinpoint what they are. He would get a headache, and then he would be treated for the headache, and then, the pain would subside. Zach has dealt with these headaches for way too long, but this time it escalated very quickly.
Tori had called me and said, Zach, this is an emergency. Zach really wants to go. I said, okay, I'll be there. It was a little nerve-wracking that Zach had to be rushed to the hospital. And I tried to make sure that whatever information Tori relayed to me, that I would go ahead and relay to Matt and all the kids.
I was not going to leave the hospital without more answers. This doctor picked up there was 2 breakages in his neck of the catheter that drained from the shunt. Zach has hydrocephalus, and people with achondroplasia are definitely more susceptible to having hydrocephalus. The hydrocephalus causes excess fluid on your brain, and if it's not drained properly, then it can build up and the pressure can cause some major damage. I've never seen Zach in that much pain. He started crying and saying, "I'm dying." The most dangerous part of the surgery, to my knowledge, was replacing the catheter that connects from the valve into his brain. You know, it was definitely scary. They had to replace the whole thing. They had to replace the shunt, like the valve. They had to replace the catheter. You risk more by taking out the old catheter. Like you risk scarring and bleeding, and they don't want any of that, so they abandoned it and just left it there.
Gonna walk around.
How you feeling?
Good, just get out of here.
So gnarly.
This whole experience was scary and chaotic. We were lucky my mom was able to come up, take care of the kids.
There's definitely a part of me that wanted to be there as well. You know, because he's my boy too, even though he's almost 33, he's still my son. But I've been through it during the younger years. Same place as always? Yeah. Just in front here? Okay. And I know it's tough.
I got my shunt in when I was like 16 months old, and nothing really happened with it until middle school.
How painful is it?
Very.
Okay, go back over to the couch. Okay, we're gonna take you in. Where? Inside the stomach? Uh-oh. Let me get this.
I just got really sick, pressure behind my eyes, vomiting.
Here.
I needed a revision.
Oh, Mom.
What? Your head?
Headache.
We're talking 16, 17 years ago, I had my first revision.
Zachary is still into surgery right now. So the first part was the taking the shunt, the head part out. And then the other part is to open up his belly and draining that fluid out.
The lifespan of a shunt is 2 to 15 years. Zach had his for 16 years. So he was on borrowed time no matter which way you look at it. I think that we have been sitting on a knife's edge and we just didn't know it.
Yeah, this is scary business.
Let's go get you all freshened up. Come on, let's go. Good girl. She knows. It's like a kid who doesn't want a bath. Yes, you do. With so much going on with Zach's surgery, it's been a little crazy. I went back and forth up to Zach and Tori's house once or twice, but then I was there about 3 nights and 4 days taking care of the kids. Here we go. I know. Now that Zach is back home, I think Zach and Tori are able to settle down. He's recuperating, so there's no need for me to go up there every day or spend the night and stuff like that. Unless, Zach and Tori call me and say, well, we kind of need some help. Look at all that dirt come off of you. I was definitely exhausted. Chris held down the fort here at the house and, taking care of Daisy. Babe, you're in the way. So now that I'm back, here we are.
So that makes Amy jealous too, that she curls up next to me.
Because Felix never did that. He was always on my side.
Yeah. But I started doing a little something special with her that, So when I feed her, I do something that you don't do. I run hot water over her dried food, let it set for almost a minute, and then drain the water off, and it just has a lot more flavor. And you should just see that she looks up at me and says, I love you. I mean, it just... we really bonded.
So I leave, it gives you the opportunity to spoil her?
Oh, yeah. We became tight, but she's not much of a conversationalist. It was kind of boring at night, not having anyone to talk to.
I do not have a green thumb.
Good morning, hon.
My attempt at continuing to believe that I have a green thumb.
Do you need more pots? I mean, we've got some in the shed and on the side of the shed.
No, because I'm not going to plant as many, like, flowering.
All right.
What's up?
Well, we'd planned on talking to Brad at Scott's Church about doing a contribution for the fundraiser.
See if they're willing, and,
Okay.
you know. We're hosting a fundraiser for DAAA, Dwarf Athletic Association of America. So we're going around to see if people will donate towards the silent auction. Scott Church Road Vineyard is where I held Chris's surprise birthday party. So we wanted to see if they would be willing to donate a gift basket.
I found another reason to talk to him.
Oh, why?
So I went to the county to find out if we could do weddings at that property.
Yeah?
I really liked the house that we looked at on Nursery Road, and it just really checks a lot of the boxes. But the only way we could afford to live there is to be able to generate an income on the property. And so I started doing some research and found out you really need to either have a vineyard or a cidery in order to have big gatherings. Anyway, if it was a vineyard, we'd have a lot of latitude on what we could do there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's income-based or what kind of vineyard you may have to have, but yeah, it's hard.
Because that's going to be an expensive property to maintain if we can't generate an income right away. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'll be interested in what you can find.
I'm still gathering info, gathering numbers.
Bless your heart.
I know you've already moved on, but I'm not ready to kill the idea yet.
I think for me, just living on the farm and dealing with that crap for so many years, doing pumpkin season and not realizing how big it was going to get. Being married to Matt, I mean, there was always, it seemed like there was always a new project coming up. It would be quite overwhelming. I would tell Matt, like, no, we don't need another project, no. Where's the budget, man? Where's the money coming from? You know, starting a vineyard or something of that magnitude with Chris, I just don't see it for us at this stage of our life. And like in any relationship, you know, what I've learned is sometimes it's best not to just say no. Sometimes it's best just to let it play out and let him figure it out. You know, I had a worse nightmare. It was so weird. I dreamt like this ring was shaped differently or something, but all the diamonds just came out and I lost them. Like all the diamond, boom. And I was looking at an empty ring. Nightmare.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You're scaring me.
I know. It was kind of weird. All my diamonds weren't there. Like like my ring fell off or all the diamonds were gone and I was like, what in the world? And I thought, whoa, you know, what does that mean? What, Chris, you're gonna leave me?
Well, it didn't sound good to me to hear that dream. It's like, and we weren't even fighting or arguing or anything. Why would you share that with me?
Hey, Brad. We thought we'd drag you up or out and early, but I'm sure you were up and early.
I've been up, mowed lawns, filled the tractor with diesel. I've done
man.
a bunch of stuff on it.
You're one of the hardest working guys I know, and you've got so many irons in the fire.
Always busy.
We're here meeting with Brad. He and his wife, Gina, are the owners of Scott Church Road Vineyard. You know, he has this beautiful, beautiful vineyard, and so we wanted to approach him to see if maybe he'd be willing to donate a basket for our silent auction for the fundraiser that we're doing. Well, I guess we have a ulterior motive, getting you up and before drinking wine hour, you know.
I'm not drinking wine, I'm drinking water.
No, I know.
Before we get started on that, so I got a question about this property that I want to look at. So I went to the county to see if I could do weddings there.
Right.
I'm just kind of curious what a guy, if he had about 3 acres that you wanted to do vineyards with, what kind of startup cost would we be looking at?
Boy, that's a tough question. You're probably if you go to like Oregon State universities, they have a guide sheet.
Yeah.
Their estimates are probably about 15 to 20,000 per acre.
Oh.
Then they control the number. I think we can only have like 12 events a year here. They have the
See,
number
that
of
was my
weddings you
number
could
too.
do.
See, 12 events wouldn't be enough. Oh, shoot. Well, this might not pencil out for us then.
I'm glad you figured that out.
Well, I don't want to discourage you. I
Gathering
don't
the
want
facts,
to be...
ma'am. Just facts. 12 would not be enough. We would probably need to do more than that to make that particular property we looked at self-sustaining. So the information I'm getting is
deflating.
It is not going in the right direction. Shoot.
Sorry, babe.
I'm disappointed. I saw that as a possible retirement future there.
Well, buying a farm is just another full-time job.
Yeah. Part of me is relieved. I think I already knew what the answers were going to be, but sometimes you have to allow the other person to find that on his own.
Love what you've done with this place in the last 12 years, and you're producing some good wines, which kind of leads us to the next question.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, you want to ask him?
Oh, really?
What have I got coming?
I know. I had the brainstorm idea in a very short amount of time to do a fundraiser. It's called Dwarf Athletic Association of America.
Okay.
So basically what it does is provide sport opportunities for people with dwarfism.
Yeah.
I benefited from it. I was there when it first formed in 1985.
Oh, long time.
And played basketball. First time we played against an LA crowd of, little people. And it was just a bunch of us pulled together from the Detroit area and everything, and we won the gold medal.
Oh, cool.
I have never been so excited, and to me, just the confidence, it changed my life. And then Zachary came up through it. I never dreamt of ever playing a sport before. I would just watch my brother in swimming and baseball. And so when I had the opportunity to play a sport through DAAA, I was amazed. I can see why people like playing a sport or pushing themselves in some activity like that. It really does something to you physically. It does something to you mentally, maybe even socially. And that was, I think I gained a different perspective of myself.